to Redneck Snack, where life is too short to be serious. Now I'm going to try and get this review done real quick. I want y'all to get the best of it the quickest possible. But again, back with it with the Krispy Kreme fall assortment donuts. You had pumpkin spice a few weeks ago. You can still get the pumpkin spice cake donut. You had apple cider last week, and now maple. And maple is going to end that, long stretch of, hey, even though there was a vote, remember that vote? They had 4 different flavors: lemon, blueberry, caramel, I think it was salted caramel, and maple. Well, I think everyone was like, they're gonna do all the flavors, right? And then time went by and we were starting to get worried. I mean, blueberry happened because that won, and then lemon happened, and then last year caramel happened, and then bam, we got maple. And that was my prediction. I was like, there's no way they're not going to do. Like, the vote was pretty close, I think. Each flavor got a lot of votes. So I just was like, yeah, they're going to do all of them. And here we are. Finally, maple is here. So, exciting stuff. I've got 3 donuts to try. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot to kind of look into what the flavors really are, but it really is just a maple glaze. The one thing I don't know is what the filling is. I think it's probably just either regular or maple, more maple flavor. But yeah, I got my handy dandy knife that I really do need to clean. I'm gonna get that today. I'm backing up. Don't get too awkward. Don't get too weirded out. Yeah, I do need to clean that knife. But I do want to have a good thumbnail. Hopefully this box isn't as flimsy. It feels a lot more sturdy, which is good. It's a custom dozen box, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, last week, if you go watch that video from last week, the box was just flimsy. And apparently we do have a paper shortage, just like any other shortage that we've been having. So I had a problem with the crumble box and the Krispy Kreme box last week, but we're all good here. This feels very sturdy, very good. It's called a custom dozen box, so I don't know if they're making the regular boxes softer, and now they're trying to impress us with the custom dozen. Oh, now it's kind of flopping, so maybe I stand corrected here, but hopefully I can hold this with one hand. Yep, that looks good. And I got the cinnamon bun coffee, so that's going to be featured in this review as well. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going to start with the OG, then go to the filled and end off with the cake. I've been loving the cake ones. I can't remember if I valued that as much as the regular apple cider donuts this week, but it might have been let down last week. I can't remember for sure. But the video's there. I should go review it. Like, not review the video as in like do something like this, but I'm saying I should go look over it just to make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and slide and back up, and hopefully I don't prematurely cut one of these. I'm trying to think which donuts are mine. I'm gonna go with the ones far. So, maple glaze. You can see it's very nicely glazed. Finally, I think this is the first time we're getting maple glaze. So, good stuff, Krispy Kreme. You really do know how to keep your customers happy. You're keeping me happy for sure, because this is what I wanted. I wanted you to do all the flavors you had for a vote. But let's go ahead and try this out. Please subscribe. I need some more subscribers. I'm at 1,000, but let's keep this train rolling. Please check out my Instagram, Redneck Snack. And to get this video out there, a like, comment, and share wouldn't hurt. But again, it's always up to you, but I would love you if you did it. So here we go. It's ever so slightly different. Just slightly. Than your regular glaze. It does have that mapley sweetness that makes it different than your regular sugar. I do kind of wish it had more maple flavor. Maybe we'll get that with the filled donut. but it is enjoyable. It goes down easy. It's a soft donut, and no regrets here. Just wish it was a little bit stronger, but it's good. It's good. Not quite like eating pancakes and syrup, but it's a very enjoyable donut for sure. And I would say that gets an 8. I think it would be even better if you just took a jar of syrup and poured it all over. Just my suggestion. Just my suggestion. Not to kind of hate on Krispy Kreme, you know. No. All right. So now I'm cutting. Oh. Well, that is the filled. You can see cream. It might just be regular cream, but this is the filled. They put little stripes on it so you know. I guess it just depends on which Krispy Kreme you go to, which donut you get, because the stripes could be anywhere. They could be any way. So I see one's really messy, but we don't care. We're eating donuts for the taste, not for the aesthetic. That cream almost tastes kind of buttery. I like that. That really does go down smooth. I do think it does kind of take away from the maple flavor. So I do think I like the original better. But it's not much worse. It's a very enjoyable donut. Just going into this, I want maple to be a strong component in this. So honestly, I'm not disappointed. I just don't think it is quite as good as the OG. So for me, it's a 7.5. I think it's good. It'll go down easy. You'll love it. Some people might love it more than the original, but for me, just not quite as good as the original maple one. But it does add a nice component. Now, as always, I'm always really hyped up about the cake one. It just seems to have more flavor. It kind of soaks it in. It's just a very beautiful donut. You know, you can't go wrong with it at all. For me, I think this is going to be kind of reminiscent of two things. Duck Donuts maple bacon without the bacon. And another thing, I think it's going to kind of reminisce the reminisce pancakes. I think this one's going to nail it, even if it may hinder that maple flavor. I don't know. Nothing's really, stood out compared to those pumpkin spice donuts from 2 weeks ago. But, I think this will be good. So we're going to give it a chance and we'll call it a day. Oh, gotta do the Cinnamon Bun Latte. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that reminds me of a maple bacon, but without the bacon. There's a lot of sweetness. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of eating some richer flavored pancakes. Again, I wish, the maple kind of just had a stronger, flavor or something to it. But what we get is really just enjoyable. It's divine. It's sweet. It's not over the top, but it's pleasant. Definitely pleasant. So for me, I'd say that it's an 8.5. I don't know. There's just something missing. I just think if it had, maple syrup drizzled on it, that would be really good. But it's good. The glaze overall, I think it could use, a more dense texture, a more mapley texture and taste. But it does you right. You're not going to hate these. You may even love them. I really like them. I really like these. I don't love them, but I really do like them. So that's just my opinion. Other people's opinions may vary. But sometimes Krispy Kreme hits it right on the nail. Sometimes not quite. I've had a few times where it's been just bad, but that's rare. So they really care about their customers. They really listen to them. So it's good to see them kind of do this stuff. So we're going to do the Cinnamon Bun Latte, which is new-ish, I think. I don't know what the spice is on the top. It looks like pumpkin spice on the top. Hopefully that don't mean I've got pumpkin spice here, you know. It doesn't look like it. So one more look at that. I gotta mix it all together, so. Okay. I get some coffee flavor. Yeah, other than their pumpkin spice, I don't think their coffee flavors have blown me away. Well, either the caramel or the pumpkin spice was a letdown. This one's okay. Yeah, it's not a whole, you know, a lot to it. There's a little bit of cinnamon, you know, a little bit of sweetness, but there's really just, it's not amazing. It is new, but, you know, it's okay. If you're going to Krispy Kreme and you want to try something that's advertised as new or different, I wouldn't blame you for trying it, but definitely, I think the other two coffees are preferable. To me, I'd say this is probably like a 6.5. That next sip was actually pretty good, so maybe a 7. I think a 7's fair. It's all right. It's nothing that'll blow you away. It's definitely not terrible. I mean, you can drink it and you'll enjoy it, but I just think it just doesn't emulate the cinnamon bun flavor as much as it could. So yeah, that's my review. We'll see what's next for Krispy Kreme. I'm thinking probably Halloween donuts. So I'm just probably gonna grab those, take a picture, and then give them to somebody because, well, I want something new in terms of flavor. But they've blown us away so far. So 3 straight weeks of just crazy flavors. I don't think they really need to overdo it with Halloween or Christmas. Of course, Christmas they typically do a gingerbread donut, which I can't even remember if I've done a review for. If I haven't, then I'll go and do that. But that's aside from the point. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see y'all around.